Welcome to another episode of Shipper War, my review of This Means War.
Shipper War. When ship happens, I'm there.
Shipper War, This Means War. No? Okay, anyway. Prior to seeing this movie, I'm going to be completely honest. I've spoken to other people about it, and I have uttered the words of, this movie looks bad. This movie looks like it's going to be a disappointment. This movie looks like it's going to be alright, if anything else. I'm so glad that I downed this movie as much as I did prior to seeing it, because it took me completely off guard and took me by surprise, because I ended up really enjoying this film. I thought it was a great romantic comedy. I thought it was hilarious. I thought Tom Hardy, as this being like one of his first like comedy roles that I know of, was great. He was a genius in this movie. There's one particular scene that is still embedded in my head that I can't get out. When it has to do with him, his character, and it has to do with paintballing. That's all I'm gonna say, but I thought that scene was hilarious. Now, I feel that the trailer itself is kind of misleading because it kind of gives you the impression that this film is an action movie plus a romantic comedy type deal, when in reality, it's more of a romantic comedy with action sprinkled on top of it. Because, yes, it does have some action sequences that are, semi-okay. They're not great action sequence, but they're not the main thing about this movie. The movie is basically the whole romance triangle between Reese Witherspoon's character, Chris Pine, and Tom Hardy's character. That's pretty much the movie in a nutshell. So for those who are probably want to see this movie because you think it's going to be some great action movie, I suggest you go see something else that has action in it, because this movie definitely does not have the action that you're most likely seeking to see. Also, Chasey Handler was in this movie, and I really enjoy her, humor. I really, really, really do enjoy her humor. So her being in this film was just even more of a good thing, for me at least. I have to say that mostly everybody in my screening really enjoyed this movie. And I say that because after the movie was done, they clapped. So I'm going to say, yes, mostly everybody enjoyed this movie. And just so I can get like more of a sense of what, I guess, the male demographic would have thought of this film, I actually asked, some of the guys in this screening what they thought. And most of them basically said the same thing. Very funny. It was a cute movie, definitely a movie they can see themselves bringing their girlfriends to, and or they even said, if you have a girlfriend, this is a great movie to go, take for them to see, because this is a movie that a guy can semi-enjoy without wanting to kill himself. It's a romantic comedy, and then it's a movie that a female is going to completely eat up, because, there's Tom Hardy, Chris Pine, romantic comedy. Come on, seriously, that's stuff that we eat up most of the time. At least, I do. Every morning for breakfast. So, with that said, definitely recommend this movie to anybody who had an interest in seeing it prior to seeing this review. Anybody who by chance likes any of the actors in it, because you'll see a different side to them that you don't normally see, at least when it comes to Tom Hardy. Definitely a different side that was very enjoyable to see. And guys who have girlfriends who want to take their girlfriend to a movie that doesn't rely on heavy CGI and action and just stuff that some girls just don't enjoy, go see this movie as well. So that is all for this episode of Shipper War. Goodbye, and until next time.